You are now listening to Nexxlegacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact that, we have, the luscious lady in the building tonight. I'm going to give her proper intro, but I definitely want to say that, it is an honor to be dealing with a lot of strong women, and I wouldn't put a lot of women on unless they was 110% official. When I say official, I'm talking about strong ladies that's really about their business, that's really trying to get it in and do the best they can in life, not just in entertainment, but also, with themselves and stuff like that. So, of course, we got to spread some love and give it up for the lovely luscious in the house tonight. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hi.
Give it up. Got to make a round of applause for this young lady.
Oh, thank you.
How's everything going tonight, sweetie?
It's a very chill night for me. I'm just hanging out. Nothing much going on.
Well, I'm glad you're here. First off, I definitely love you for coming on and hanging out with us on Ladies Night. And as I said just now, we definitely want to spotlight a lot of lovely ladies doing they business, handling things and not just in the entertainment, but everything and stuff like that too. And with you being on the Ray J show and with that run coming to an end as of this week, everybody knows who you are and stuff like that. But one question that a lot of people has asked me to ask you is like the time that you spent on there. Was it worth it at the end of the day?
I have to say yes. I don't regret it at all, and I don't hold any resentment towards Ray, I guess, or any of my castmates, but it was a good experience. I think I came out a stronger person and very much more thick-skinned, dealing with a lot of the issues on the show and just your buttons being pushed every single day. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't regret it at all.
I think a lot of times where, and I've interviewed so many people, guys and girls on from the Flavor Flav shows to the I Love New York shows to the Real Chance shows and stuff like that. A lot of people always come to me like, man, it's they cut up my stuff so bad, or they got edited so bad.
That definitely happens. The editing can kill you. Which it has, but in my opinion, it wasn't. It was annoying because like every episode we watched, it was just like, what? It didn't go down like that, or it's just always hard because they obviously can't play all the footage. Like they have hours and hours of footage, so they can do whatever they want to it, pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, I could see why they would say that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of hit and miss. I mean, some people, how do you feel overall? Do you feel like your time on the show, you were actually, you kind of feel like, hey, you know what, this is how I am. Despite all the stuff that went on,
sometimes
in the house at the time. Go ahead.
Sometimes, and some days were like different than others. I think I was portrayed as like a very mean girl in some of the episodes, but they didn't show why. Like I wasn't in the house starting any drama.
Right.
In fact, I was just backing myself up. A lot of the girls would like run their mouths or whatever, and me and the wolf pack, we put them in check, but it just looked like we were being bullies when we weren't being bullies at all. We were just telling you how it is. So, I mean, like the whole thing with Flossie, which we're all cool now, but like Flossie was running her mouth a lot in the house about a lot of the girls, and that's why she got a drink spilled on her by Heartbreaker, and that's why I approached her the way I approached her. But they didn't show all that, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day. Well, it's about coming to an end now, but you would have thought they would have showed like one of them clips that they had, like some lost footage or whatever it is that they want to call it, but. I guess for the most part, we'll probably, we probably won't even see that unless it comes out on video or something like that. But, what was some of your, your stay on there? Like I said, you were part of the, the final three. What was some of the memorable things on there as far as, you know, what you were a part of, like some of the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the people out there a little bit of that.
I really enjoyed being part of the Wolfpack with Platinum and Heartbreaker. Those are the two of the girls that I got along with the most in the house, and we had a lot of fun together, and they kept it real. Out of all the girls, they kept it 100% real the whole time. And besides that, I enjoyed some of the challenges, the dance competition, which my team won. That was a lot of fun. And also, what else? There was another challenge, the singing challenge. Even though I sucked really bad, that was still a lot of fun for me because it was outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, you had guts to do it, so I was like, hey, that's
I
anybody
love
that got
to
enough
sing.
guts to do that stuff, you know what I'm saying, is real big. So, you know.
No, yeah, I totally love to sing, but I know I can't.
Right.
But I love to perform, and I love being on stage, and it's just ironic because I suck so bad at singing. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
No doubt. And before I actually get into more questions, let me go ahead and put on my girl, my co-host, my sweetheart, Miss Kip, a.k.a. Blonde Baller, in the house tonight on Ladies Night. Happy Ladies Night, baby. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you? Hey, Luscious.
Hi, Blonde Baller.
Hey, girly, man. I was so mad at the show. I was like, no. I didn't want that to go down. Yeah, no, I know you, girl.
It did. You know, I'm all good. I've gotten so much love and support from
I told you
a lot
would.
of fans and followers. I know,
when
but
we had
you just kind of you just expect the worst, and I guess I expected the worst. I didn't know how like the whole situation would be played out, but I'm not too disappointed.
You shouldn't be. I remember you and I had a conversation in the bathroom, and I was telling you, like, girl, people are going to love you. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, and you were like, no, remember? And I was like, girl, they're going to love you because, you know what I mean? You got a good heart, and I knew they couldn't make you look any way you weren't. So, therefore, you know, you explained yourself. You said what you had to say. That's all you can really ask, you know? And so you didn't look bad. You just looked like you were standing up for yourself, and you were like, I want a dude who's going to stick up for me. That's it. And you were just like,
and
hey.
it's true. Like, you know, it's true. Like, I know they can't show everything, but the way they edited it was, like, Ray's friends were so mean to me. Like, they didn't even show half of what really would happen. Like, he was, like, that guy, the really annoying guy, whatever his name is. I don't even care to say his name. He doesn't deserve that. But, like, he was all up in my face for, like, a while, and we were going back and forth. So, and they didn't show that. So, yeah, I want my man to stand up for me.
You know what's so ironic? Is that guy was, like, talking or whatever, but did you hear him? He was like, oh, yeah. He was like, I like Luscious. And I was thinking, you're trying to get with Luscious. Like, are you serious? Like, you're sitting here so hypocritical. This is so funny. Like, I was laughing, like, it's like, okay, you're doing whatever you're saying right now. Like, are you serious?
He was totally trying to, like, take me on a date. He was like, oh, the doesn't work with Ray. Can I take you out? All his friends were. They were so obnoxious, and I cannot believe, like, they would even want to be portrayed on TV as such idiots. Like,
it was
so obnoxious and annoying.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get you mad. I know that. So I know there had to be a whole bunch of stuff they didn't show.
Oh, yeah. Buttons were pushed left and
right. For you to cry, for you to actually cry, I was like, oh, wow. Okay. She must have been like, pissed. You know, enough is enough. And, some people just don't know, like, where to draw the line. I understand it's reality TV, like, people want ratings and whatnot. I understand that. But it's like, okay, that's fine. Then you're going to get the reaction that you want out of me, and that's what happened. Well, you know what? I don't know a lot of people who would walk out on a superstar guy. Most girls would do it to Ray J just because they, you know, oh, I have money. And you were like, look, I'm sticking up for myself. I don't care who you are. If you're not just a regular guy who can stick up for his girl, because, I mean, I was like, you know what? I don't know what would happen, but I was like, man, I could totally see him picking Luscious. So for you to step out of competition and defend yourself and be like, I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of money you have. I don't care what you sing. I don't care what show you have. You're letting your friends disrespect me. That just shows like, hey, you know what? I really am not one of these girls who are just around here doing anything because I'm willing to give this up and every perk that comes with it because you're a jerk. So I totally respected you. I was like, all right, I feel you.
Oh, thank you so much. I was just like, I kind of felt bad because...
No, go ahead, honey. Go ahead, honey.
No, I just kind of felt bad because I like Ray J as a person, and like I said on the show, like I can't hold him responsible for his friends' behaviors and whatnot. But like my whole thing is like when I walked into the room, his face was in the pillow, and like I said, the whole time his friend was yelling at me, like he didn't even jump in until I called him out on it. So that's why I left.
Well, that shows you're really there for him. That shows you're there for him because he's playing it off with his head in the pillows, looking, getting it dramatic for the cameras. And, any other girl would have been like, oh, I'm just really hurt, and played. You were like, no, I'm leaving. Bye.
No, exactly, and that's what I even told him, which they didn't show either. I was like, I understand this is for the love of Ray J, but obviously, you and I have a connection if I made it to the top 3. But as much as you're looking for love, so am I. And I might not hold a lot of qualities that you're looking for. Well, I need to find qualities in you that I'm looking for, and I need a man that's going to back me up 100% whether I'm there or when I'm not there. And it just, he had my back to some extent, but to me, it didn't cut it.
Let me say this from a guy's point of view. Like when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go with, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem like it was right, and and it's kind of like what you said, Luscious, like, he has your back to an extent, but I kind of disagree because I don't think he has your back enough, like, or at all. Like, to the point
you're going to even allow your friend to get in my face? That should have never happened. They didn't show that, but it happened.
Yeah, and while you saying that, it's just like, I'm just like, okay, well, this is something that, everybody is, quote-unquote, would probably want to talk about because of, how the whole thing went down. And I personally, I was looking at it, I was like, man, it's phony to me. It just, it made me question exactly if he was really looking for love, because if he really had feelings for you, like, he would have shut that down, like, real quick. He would have told everybody, all right, get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? This is not the business. Get out.
And and you know what? You're in the rap game. I know that some rappers are disrespectful, or I've seen some rappers just be like, hey, this is my house. Get out, we're shutting it down, like completely get irritated or cuss girls out or whatever, or even yell at their friends. So the little, all right, guys, calm it down. Hey, can you guys, no. Like, he could have completely been like, hey, shut up. Like, shut up. All of you just leave right now. Like, he didn't even get mad. He was just like, oh, haha, stop. Like, no, you could have put your gangster on for 2 seconds and been like, get out of my house. It's not funny.
Yeah, because if I was feeling Luscious like Ray was supposed to be feeling, I would have been like, you know what, this is not, the way y'all coming at this woman is not respectful.
Yep.
Get the fuck out. See you later. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even going to be on my show, like, period. Like, I would have told them to, like, cut the cameras down, like, it's done. You know what I mean?
Thank you, and I agree. I agree 100%, and that's why I don't regret walking off, and why I did. I'm 100% happy I did for the right reasons, and it definitely was the right reason.
Now, with that being said, do you, from your opinion, like I know you say you got a lot of respect for Ray J and stuff like that too, and for dude being an entertainer, I respect the dude too on that level. But when it comes to like these shows, like as we go into this, finishing up this second season, do you feel like he really was trying to look for love, or do you feel like it was something totally different?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish I could answer that honestly, but I don't know. I guess it depends on how he is with whoever won the show and where they are today and how much effort he actually put in. That stuff I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can respect that. Now, a lot of people don't know, like, when this was filmed, this was done, like, what, a few months ago, right?
Yeah, it was, like, in July, August.
Okay. Now, a lot of people don't tend to understand because it's like, the episodes are new and fresh and stuff like that, but this was done a while ago, people, so, make sure you go ahead and let that marinate in your brain real quick. So, while this was going on, you already knew the outcome before that, before the show aired and stuff like that. But, tell people some of the reaction that you did have just by you, being on the show and how you were received by some of the, the new fans you got.
Mhm.
Like some of the the people that's now on Team Luscious right now. I know you got a lot of fans and followers and people that, support your movement as far as what you're doing, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Like, I was just like really scared for this episode because I walked off. I didn't know how they would portray me. If they were upset that I walked off, if I messed up the show, making it to top 3, and then supposedly I quit. But the way I see it, I didn't quit.
Right.
You know, I just stood up for what was right. You know, if Ray J wants to think it's quitting, then so be it. Like, you know, when he told me, oh, I'm going to quit, like he thought like I quit on him. My response to that in his face, which they edited out because I don't think they showed it, was, well, you quit on me down there with your friends when you didn't have my back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people can view it however they want, and that's fine. But for the most part, I would say like 95% of the people that are following me, that actually write me, have my back and understand and are like all for it. And like, you know, of course, not everybody's going to agree with you, and that's fine. Like, I can have a few haters or people that just don't agree, and that's fine.
Right.
But I understand why I did what I did. My family, my real friends, they know what's up, and to me that's all that matters. And, you know, the fans with all this, I appreciate their love too.
Yeah, and you know what? As soon as I saw it, when it aired, I was like, hey, let me go ahead and get on Twitter and tell this woman that, hey, I got hella respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Your star is going to shine brighter because to me, I think you showed what a real woman should be by not taking no bullshit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you a celebrity dude or not. If I feel like I got to leave, I got to leave. So, I didn't say it like that because, it's 140 characters, but you see what I mean,
yeah,
right?
And I understand because a lot of the girls, they would deal with it. They would allow, like, these guys to walk all over her or any, like, certain girls, and it's just like, why? Because of who he is or what he does? Like, obviously I went on the show to find love. I don't care who Ray J's celebrity is. I was there to get to know Ray J as a person. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's a bad person, but it didn't work out. Like, he's just not the right one for me. Because, I mean, we're over there competing for his love and his attention, and he's picking out all these good things or bad things about us, all our flaws. Well, okay, so he has flaws also. Like, I'm here looking for love just as much as he is. So why can't I point those out? Like, that's why we're there, to find love, right? It doesn't matter. It goes both ways.
Good point. Now, with you having the experience of being on these shows for as long as you have been and, having the fans show a hell of a lot of support and stuff like that, and you basically calling it like a real woman should call it. Like, if you're not comfortable, you leave. Well, that's with any and everything when it comes to do with the relationships. Let me ask you a question. This is strictly your opinion, of course. Mm-hmm. But why do you think that a lot of women settle for someone, not, and I ain't trying to put Ray J in a bad light, but someone like that, meaning like, he can't hold his woman down when he needs to hold his woman down?
Well, I mean, I've seen it a lot, even in some of my friends, my own friends. I just think they lack a lot of, like, they have a lot of insecurities. They lack self-confidence. It's like, I liked Ray J. I had a lot of feelings for him at that point. But am I going to settle for what I believe in is right? No. I'm going to take the harder road, and I'm going to hurt, and I'm going to leave because that's what's best. And a lot of girls, they just don't find the courage to leave. They think, okay, they either A, like, I'm going to stick around and wait for this man to change, because everybody wants to know, like, oh, okay, this person will change for me. So it keeps them around, I think, in my opinion.
Right.
Or they're just comfortable. Mm-hmm. And that's all they know. And they feel like they're not going to meet anybody else, but it's not true. It's going to take some time either to heal. It's going to take some time to find somebody. You just got to be patient. But don't settle for less. I mean, if they lack something that you need in a man or in a woman, move on. Carry on. It's not easy, but you can do it. It just, in the end, you'll become stronger, and time does heal the pain of the heart. I know for a fact.
Right.
I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard, but you can do it. Like, people just need to, like, open up their eyes and grow some confidence.
Would you ever do another love show?
Probably not. No. Probably not. I don't think so.
Do you believe in love shows? Do you believe that the shows that you've seen, be it if it's the Ray J shows or the other shows, that you can really and truly find that person on those shows?
My honest opinion is I don't think it's impossible, but my question is, I have to question the people that are doing these shows. Are their intentions right? Like, are they there really looking for love? It's possible. It just takes two people making a connection and making it work. But if your heart's not in it 100%, then it's not going to work. So my answer is it's not impossible. I think everybody's is different.
Yeah. I mean, and I've done enough shows with a lot of people on VH1 and other shows to get to the point where, personally, my opinion, Elle, I ain't seen enough from somebody that really and true, because I know it's hard for you guys to you guys got to worry about the other chicks, and you got to worry about trying to get enough time to spend with, in this case, Ray J. So I can understand there's too much to do in a small amount of time to try to win somebody over. But, again, like what you said, too, kind of speaks true, because not only do you have to worry about, that next person, is that person really there for Ray, or is Ray really there for that person, too? So it's kind of like you got a whole bunch of
I think a lot of people oversee that.
Yeah.
I think it starts out with, are they there for, I think it starts off like you're already in love and they're just meeting you, so are they going to fall for you, and are you going to fall out of? Because, to be honest, you go on there to find love. Everybody has someone that they're attracted to, or they're like, hey, like, say, for instance, like Jay-Z. Oh, if I met Jay-Z, I would fall in love. I would love him, or I would just, oh, it's Jay-Z, or something like that. And so when you go on, it's like you're going on with what you've seen of DJ. And you're like, I could fall for this dude because he's attractive, and you see the characters that he plays and the beautiful songs that he writes, and you're thinking, okay, I'm in love with him. But then it's like you're almost testing, am I going to fall out of love and actually get to know the real this person? It's like, are they going to fall in love with me? And I think it's because a lot of these guys, or girls have so many people to pick from that they don't really pick out the characteristics that they want in a person. They're more like, do they look like what I should be dating? Or, is this what people want me to like? Or I really think if hands down they were like, hey, I want a girl who cooks, cleans, a girl who doesn't have the truly, whatever body, but an okay body. Like the true things that people look for in a day-to-day, I think the shows would be way different. I think it's just that they look for like what Ray's saying to his friends, like, oh, well, who do you think is good for me? Like, you shouldn't have to ask your friends who they think are good for you. It should be like, I don't care who you think is good for me. I know who's good for me. And my friend's opinion is like, hey, do you like it? What do I like it?
Yeah. I agree.
I agree, just for the simple fact that I don't want no dudes picking no chicks for me. It's just not gonna happen. Like that's not gonna that just didn't fly. But I know it's TV and everybody does their thing and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? And to me, Elle, I think you won on that. Like I know you was worried about what other people was gonna view you as and stuff like that. But I feel like Elle won. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that you really actually stood up for yourself. You did the woman thing. Most women probably would have, just like you said earlier, would have tucked and run, and they wouldn't have, they probably would have put their head down and, okay, and
Yeah,
like
because of like who he is. I don't care who you are or what you do. If you ask something that I want or that I need, then you're gone.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I know when when I get emails and from people that will comment, be it if it's on shows or different other things or whatever. A lot of people will ask me, like, does a show like this, dealing with a guy like that, now, once again, I'm not throwing Ray J under the bus. So, a show like that with a guy like that, does that detour you from, giving other people chances as far as trying to, look for love later on down the line?
I'm sorry, say the question one more time.
like, if you being on the show that you was on, dealing with a guy that you was actually dealing with, does that actually detour, or does that change your views on relationships?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I knew what I as far as like how I view relationships before the show and then during the show, nothing's changed for me. It's the same thing for me after the show.
Gotcha. Okay. So any you can plead the fifth if you want, but any special guy in your life right about now? Because you know a lot of fellas is probably wondering, like, You can plead the fifth if you want to. It's okay.
I'm, no answer. I don't even know yet, so I don't know.
Girl, you know you love your daddy. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. I love my dad.
Elle loves her dad. She loves him. I know, and she tells you all the time you love your dad.
Blonde baller knows. And besides that, I prefer to keep my personal life personal.
Respect that. Definitely do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially now that, you are in the public eye and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? Now I know your name is a hot commodity now, especially with you being on the shows and stuff like that. Now what are some of the things that you want to do besides, the typical stuff as far as events and stuff? What does Elle want to do with her newfound stardom?
Well, Elle would just like to move on and try some acting. We'll see where that goes, I guess.
Is
writing it out, I guess.
Is there a dream role you would like to play, or?
No, not really. I just want to have fun. I don't want to take anything too serious.
Okay. So acting, what else does Elle like to rock and do? You said you a singer, right? Even though you say you don't, a lot of people don't think you sing, so kind of come out with some
no,
albums
I don't really
like
sing. Other than that, I just like to play sports, and I keep a pretty simple life.
Mm-hmm.
Keep to myself.
Now, I know you just said that you like to keep certain things personal and stuff like that, as far as your love life and stuff like that. But what's one thing that these people out here that's listening, what's one thing you could tell them about yourself that they may not know, that they probably should know?
Ooh, I know.
What? You tell them, Blonde Baller, because I don't even know.
Elle does not like to pump gas in the dark without somebody watching her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't like to be home alone. I don't like going anywhere by myself, especially at night. I had Blonde Baller follow me to a gas station one time and wait for me because I get so paranoid.
I heard that.
I was like, you really want to follow you? She was like, yes. I was like, okay, I guess.
So Elle, that means every time you got to go out at night, you just don't give Kip a holler and be like, hey, can you come to such and such gas station and have my back?
Well, I'm usually prepared. I usually, make sure I don't have to put myself in those situations, but every so often if I do, yeah, I get very, scared and very wary because, you don't even know these days. People are crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you said you don't like to keep it serious all the time. So are you like a comedian on the side? Or are you real the people that's around you? Kip, you could probably tell me too. How was Elle when y'all out kicking it?
You know what? She came to my birthday and it was so funny because she showed up and she was just really humble. She was down to earth. It was so funny because her show had an area and she came to my birthday and they were like, are you 21? Because she didn't have an actual ID. She had a paper ID. And I was like, girl, you watch. In a couple months, they're going to be like, oh, okay, let's just, no problem. We'll let you in. And she got in there and she's really goofy. She's motherly though. I've seen both sides of her. At my birthday, she was like, I can't drink because I have to do something in the morning. I think she had a booking or something. And then I've also seen her at the Ray J premiere. I was like, she go-go dances because I didn't know she could do that because at my birthday, she was really motherly. And then we got to the Ray J premiere and I was like, wow. Well, I'm saying like you were making sure I was okay. Like you were like, oh, girl,
yeah.
don't drink too much. Like, you know, you were making sure that I was okay for my birthday, you know. And she made sure she made it out and brought everybody out. But then at the Ray J party, she let loose. And I was like, wow, this girl's like a cannon. Like, she's on the dance floor. She's here. She's there. She's like, yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's start here. Okay. So she can act really goofy, but she can also be really serious. And so, yeah, she's really like the best of, like, you know, both worlds. And she's, you know, she's
time
very...
and a place for all of that, to be serious,
yeah.
to be goofy, to have fun, to kind of chill. I think there's a time and place for everything. And I just kind of choose my time and place wisely.
Yeah, she's a really good person. Like, what she sees, what she gets. She's really chill. Like, she's really down to earth.
Thank you, Blonde Baller. You're so sweet.
No problem, girl. Yeah, so anyone who wants to hate on her, you could hit me up at VH1 Blonde Baller. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Hey, but check it out. If people do want to follow this young lady, make sure you hit her up on the Twitter as well. Hit her up on VH1 with an S, Luscious. And if you don't know how to spell Luscious, it's Luscious for the illiterates. And
no, a lot of people don't know how to spell luscious. It's crazy. It's all good.
But, hey, we got to make sure we got a little special person that want to say what's up to you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and let her say what she needs to say. Welcome to Tuesday Ladies Night, mystery guest.
Wolfie. Heartbreaker. Hi. What's up? Oh, I just called to say hi. I miss you too. Hi, Branded. Hi, Blonde Baller.
What's up, baby?
I just wanted to call and show her love because I love her and she's awesome.
Was this like 2/3 of the wolf pack in the building tonight? Like,
heck yes.
Right? 2/3.
Mhm. They're just missing one girl from the wolf pack. The troublemakers. I have to say, though, Heartbreaker is the she was a very bad influence. When I hung out with her on the show, I was so nice. And then we started hanging out, and then that's when I became the little beezy on the house.
I felt like such a proud parent. I felt like a proud parent.
He brought the beezy out of you, L. Is that
no, yeah, but she was just keeping it real, and so, you know, when we kind of like teamed up, everybody started hating on us, and we just, I don't know, we just learned how to back ourselves up, I guess.
Right.
It's all about having fun. Everybody was so serious and scared of us, but it was cool. I miss galloping with you.
I know. Me too. With the reindeer ears.
Yeah, it's one thing I always be telling you, you know what I'm saying, HB. I always love your honesty. So I love y'all taking this wolf pack thing and, like, you know, really expanding on it, going to different spots. Y'all could really make some go with this whole movement, you know what I'm saying? A lot
of
we're going to. The wolf ran that house all the way.
Yeah. It was pretty bad if you weren't with us. You were definitely
against us.
Like, you were definitely going to get, like, we picked days of the week to just look for something to do.
No, we never picked on anybody. They kind of were asking for it. We never went out of our way to, like, get into any fights or arguments. It just kind of happened because people don't know how to act right.
I think people were just jealous that all three of us got along so well. And, you know, then the whole bathtub thing, people got really, like, mad that we locked them out, but whatever.
Whatever. What's up for the ladies, though, as far as, you know, this whole Wolfpack thing? I know y'all doing events and stuff like that. So what do y'all want to make out of this whole little movement y'all got going on? Because it's kind of hot, though. It's a lot of people jumping on your bandwagons, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got a lot of people hitting me up right now asking me about the tour we're going to start. We're just trying to go show love and just hang out with our fans and, you know, get crazy and show everybody a good time. You know, show everybody we're not just stuck-up bitches because we're really not. We're just...
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, y'all should get, like, a movie or some shit like those chicks from the Sex and the City or some shit like that.
I think we should get our own show, the Wolf Pack. Like, that would be awesome. I think that, like, they should totally tape our tour and see what we do in different cities and But I mean, that's just an idea I have.
Forget the show, Susanna. Y'all need the movie, the Wolfpack movie. Y'all need to do the whole Sex in the City joint. That'll be hot.
Yeah.
That'll be hot.
You got to do that.
That'll be hot. So you know what I'm saying? Like with what I was saying to Elle, like I'm saying it to everybody. Like to me, it's like when the show's kind of is done and the outcome kind of comes as it is and stuff like that. I know a lot of people got a lot of different opinions as far as what people say about the time spent with Ray and stuff like that or whatever. So one of the things I definitely want to tell you, I know it's a hard grind to be on those shows and stuff like that, but and Elle was telling me about just pretty much that she wouldn't do another love show, but would you be open to any other reality show like the money
Come on,
shows?
Brandon, you know me.
Hey, I know you, but let me throw that one out there for Elle then.
No, I don't think that I would participate in another love show unless it was for me per se. And if I did ever get my own love show, I know I wouldn't be like playing with people on there. Like, I'm not saying Ray J is, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, you don't really know who's really doing it for love or who's doing it just for whatever. If I ever did take that move, though, and got that opportunity, I think I would be serious with it. Because I know being on a show, I know how much it, like, messes with your feelings and everything, and I wouldn't want to put people through that. Through what I went through, I would never want to put people through that if I wasn't for real.
Elle, let me ask you a question. You give me your honest opinion, too. You there? You still there, right? Elle, where you at? Miss Luscious.
Hello?
You still there, Luscious? Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sure.
What is your opinion on the, I don't know if you've seen it, but what do you think about the Frank the Entertainer show?
I haven't even watched it, to be honest with you. I haven't watched it. I really don't watch TV. Like some days I don't even watch our show on Mondays. Like I watch it in the middle of the week. I'm not a big TV person.
I think that one.
I'm not interested in watching it either. I guess I'll watch it like if it's on and I'm just chilling.
Now you trust me when I tell you, Elle, you're not missing nothing. You're not missing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, really, it's not that great. I only watch it for his mom, honestly.
Is his mom? Oh, I don't even care. Never mind.
His mom's crazy. I love her.
And the reason why I brought it up, though, is because, just the state of reality shows in general. Like, I don't know. Like, I know they, like, as far as I know, they still have some other quote-unquote, love shows still in the mix as far as, VH1s and, even some of the other shows, ABC and all these other places and stuff like that. But, I mean, is it a fad that's just going to go down, that's going to go and, in the corner and die, or is it going to still be around? Because after this entertainer thing, I swear, it needs to come to a crash and halt right now. It's not good at all.
I see the same things happening over and over again. I guess people are losing interest.
Yeah, definitely. Like, no offense, but, like, this might, like, chap a few asses, but I really only watch the show still because my girls were on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really, it's so boring, like, now that I'm not on it because there's no sex yelling in the background, but just the fact that, like, I know Luscious can be funny, and she's, like, now getting, like, she's now saying more things that are, like, funny. Like, that's why I watch. Other than that, I feel like I'm splitting my wrist. Like, I want to split my wrist, like, watching it. It's getting really, all the shows are getting really boring.
Okay, with real talk, though, you were on the love of Ray J. Ray J had something going for him. I was on Real Chance. They were whatever they were. And I'm saying, like, as far as people who have stuff going for their life, okay, you're interested in these people because they're cute, they were on TV, they have something going for them, they've had a job, they're doing this, that, and the third. Like, you know that that's just fake and retarded when you're trying to find love with a, like, 40-year-old man who lives in his parents' basement. When would you go to the club and be like, oh, my gosh, you're so hot, you live with your parents, and you've never moved out of the house, and you were on I Love Bunny before talking about you deliver pizzas. Are you serious right now? Who would even try out for that show? Like, I don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying, like, that's got to be fake love because I don't know anybody who would put those qualities in a man and be like, I hope you deliver pizzas and live in your parents' basement, and I hope that, that's just embarrassing. Like, and I don't know. I always said if they gave him a show, not even funny. That was a joke. Like, they really called it. Like, that's not even okay. I don't even think you should be promoting a man who hasn't even moved out of his parents' house yet to have his own show. I mean, people may hate me saying that, but that's retarded.
Hey, so Kip, I take it you don't really like that show too much, huh?
Man, I mean, I respect the girls for what they're doing because, come on now, I went on a show too. But I'm saying, like, come on, he's not even like, oh, I have ambition in life. I want to be, like, it's like, okay, I live in my parents' basement, ha, ha, ha. Like, what's the point of the show? Like, he's not an aspiring artist. He's not trying to do this. He doesn't have, like, a clothing line. He's not even trying to get a job. He said he worked at a pizza place. And come on now, are you serious? Like, no, that's not okay. That's not even, like, a little bit okay. It's, like, all the way not okay. I don't get it. I'm confused when I watch that show.
But that's, like, not all the way okay.
No, it's not. It's all the way not okay. It's not even halfway. I'm trying to conceptualize the show. Like, I'm just saying, you know, at least New York was like, oh, I used to work here. Like, I'm not saying she was an artist or had her own clothing, but at least she was like, yeah, when I was 16, I worked here, or 17, I worked here, or I worked at a mall. Like, this guy was like, I did nothing with my life, and then I went on New York, and then, like, now I live in my parents' basement. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool at all.
Hell, you wouldn't want to rock with a guy like that, huh?
Negative, never. Making it pay me to do that show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like ultimate. That's ultimate rejection to like get eliminated by a guy that lives in the basement. Like,
like when a guy at a club, not to be rude, but when a guy at a club even says like, yeah, I don't have a car. I don't mean it like that, but I'm like, these are necessities you need in life. You need transportation. You need a phone. You need to have a place to stay. Like, I don't get it. So far he has none of those, and it's like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, the first thing is your own place, because if you're still living with your mama, that's a problem.
I know. And then you branch out, and he was like, I'm riding a bike, I deliver pizzas, I haven't had a job, I don't pay rent. Like, what are you going to do after that? You're going to fall in love and have kids, and you're going to have to work for the kids, or I don't get it. I'm confused.
Hey, Elle, let me ask you a question. Where do you see yourself, in the next, a lot of people say 5 years, but I'm gonna say, give me a 2-year plan as far as what you want to do, with yourself in a couple of years.
I just want to play it by ear. I just, like I said, I just want to try out the acting and see where that goes.
Right.
Just, I don't know, I see myself more in the entertainment business, maybe like being like a host on a TV show or something like that. We'll see.
Okay. Gotcha.
Cool.
Hey, I would throw that. Well, nah. I already know Heartbreaker's movement.
You already know. Have you played my song yet tonight?
Like, nah, I'm about to in a minute though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know Heartbreaker. Should I always I just tell you every day, every time I talk to you, I love you, girl. I love you
too.
I love you. You are the best. But people need to make sure that they follow these people. Like, like Elle has a lot of stuff that she always puts on her Twitter that I always pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Heartbreaker does just as well as my girl BB. And make sure you go ahead and follow these ladies on Twitter. If you don't know, make sure you hit her up. Hit Elle up at VH1s with an S, Luscious. Make sure you hit my girl VH1 Heartbreaker and VH1 Blonde Baller. And what else do you want to tell your fans, Elle, your listeners, even the haters? What do you want to tell those people?
I want to thank you. Even to the haters, because even the haters they work for free. It's free publicity. Just everybody has been so nice and so supportive towards me in this week's episode that I'm just overwhelmed. Like, I didn't expect it, so just thank you.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And what's up? And as I get ready to, close, let me just tell you that, like I said, I'm a supporter. I probably just got a hell of a lot more respect for you just by you cutting your losses and not dealing with that dude. I just really had a hell of a lot more respect from you as a guy, as a guy looking at a strong woman like that. To me, I think that was real official that you did that. So, hate her to love it, you know, whatever the case may be, people, I think she did the right thing. There's a lot of people that think so too, and she was real woman strong about it. So people need to just go ahead and look at it for what it is, and don't forget, it's a lot of stuff that they cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you don't know the whole deal. So, you know, until you really get the 411, you know, fuck your opinions, you know what I'm saying? Rock with the person that's you know, doing her thing. And I feel like, Elle, you did your thing.
Thank you.
No doubt. And I appreciate you hanging out with us and stuff like that, and you can definitely stay on. I'm definitely going to get into this next hour. We're going to get into some relationship Q&A and stuff like that as well. So, you know, hang loose if you want to. Heartbreaker, you could do the same. Everybody could do the same and fall in. But, you know what I'm saying, I definitely appreciate you coming on, Elle, and hanging out with us. And don't be a stranger, though. You know what I'm saying? If I'm cool with my girl, Heartbreaker, you know what I'm saying, and y'all part of that Wolfpack movement, you know what I'm saying, you need to be in my circle too. So, you know.
Of course.
Susanna vouched for me. I'm decent, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Branded is the shit. Me and Caliente are obsessed with him.
Awesome.
We want to hump his legs.
I love you. Hey, just for that, I'm going to play your song right now. How's that?
Wolfie, you get to hear my song now.
Yay, I haven't even heard it.
What?
Look at that shit. Yeah, she hasn't gotten to heard it yet.
Oh, we're about to go ahead and get it.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.